Okay, this is the November 2014 grade 11 question on acids and bases. It says limestone, or sometimes ash, is used in pit latrines, long drops, to neutralize acidic waste. Limestone reacts with hydrochloric acid according to the following unbalanced equation. So this is a metal carbonate plus an acid giving you a salt, water, and carbon dioxide, one of the general reactions you need to learn. Specifically, it's calcium carbonate plus hydrochloric acid goes to calcium chloride plus water plus carbon dioxide. Then it says define a base in terms of the Arrhenius theory. Remember, we have the Arrhenius theory and the Lowry-Bronsted theory. You have to know both definitions. This definition is that an acid forms hydronium ions or hydrogen ions. Yeah, you can use either name. Forms hydronium ions or hydrogen ions in aqueous solution or in solution. And remember, the formula for a hydronium ion is H3O plus, and the formula for a proton or a hydrogen ion is H plus. So it forms that in aqueous solution. Then it says, is ash acidic or basic? So they're telling you ash neutralizes acidic waste. So that means that ash has to be basic because otherwise it could not neutralize an acid. So that's a bit obvious. Then it says rewrite the above equation in your answer book and balance the equation. Now I'm pretty sure the memo is wrong. If you have a look here, on the left hand side 1 calcium, on the right hand side 1 calcium. Then on the right hand side 2 chlorine, but only 1 chlorine on this side. So if you put a 2 in front of the hydrochloric acid, we've now made the calcium chloride balanced. And now there's 2 hydrogens on the left, 2 hydrogens on the right, 1 carbon on the left, 1 carbon on the right, 3 oxygens on the left, 3 oxygens on the right. So in the memo, they've chucked a 2 in here, but no, the 2 does not belong in there. It's just 2 hydrochloric acid goes to calcium chloride. Then it says sulfuric acid reacts with water in 2 steps as represented by the equations below. This is because sulfuric acid is a polyprotic acid. Remember, it's a polyprotic acid. It's capable of donating more than 1 proton. So the first equation is sulfuric acid plus water goes to the hydronium ion and the hydrogen sulfate ion. And the second equation is the hydrogen sulfate ion plus water goes to the hydronium ion plus the sulfate ion. So then it says define the term ampholyte. So an ampholyte is a substance that can act as either an acid or a base, okay, in a chemical reaction. So it can act as either an acid or a base. So then it says to write down the formula of a species that acts as an ampholyte in the above reactions. Now, water is an ampholyte, but it is not an ampholyte in this reaction because look here, in both cases here, the water is accepting a proton to form the hydronium ion, so the water is acting as a base in both of these. But if you have a look here, here is sulfuric, the hydrogen sulfate ion is the conjugate base, and here is the hydrogen sulfate ion. Can you see here? It is acting as an acid, and this is its conjugate base. So in the first case, it had it can accept a proton, and in the second case, it donates a proton. So it says, what is the ampholyte? The ampholyte here is this HSO4 minus aqueous ion, the hydrogen sulfate ion. Then it says write down the name of the conjugate base of the hydrogen sulfate ion. So the equation goes like this: an acid goes reversibly to a conjugate base plus a proton. So the only thing difference between the hydrogen sulfate ion and its conjugate base is this H+. So the conjugate base of the hydrogen sulfate ion is in fact the SO4 2 minus aqueous ion. Okay, so that is the answer to 9.2.3. Now we're going to go back and have a look at another page at this 9.3 because it's a long question which will involve a bit of explanation. So it says to you, a standard sodium carbonate solution is prepared in a 250 cubic centimeter volumetric flask. Remember, the volumetric flask is the one with the big bulgy bottom and the long skinny neck that you put the water up to the measurement on the neck. Okay, so it says here we made a standard sodium carbonate solution in a 250 cubic centimeter volume flask. Then it says to you, during titration, 20 cubic centimeters of 0.1 mole per cubic decimeter nitric acid solution neutralizes 25 cubic centimeters of the above standard solution. So what did you do here? You started out with 250 cubic centimeters, you put your pipette in, and you got this tiny little amount in your Erlenmeyer flask. This one is only 25 cubic centimeters. It is only 1/10 of my full solution. And we titrated this. We added to it 20 cubic centimeters of nitric acid. Okay, this is 25 cubic centimeters of sodium carbonate. So now it says to you, write down the name of the salt formed in the above reaction. That's easy enough. Look, it is sodium, and that is the nitrate ion. So it is sodium nitrate. Now it says to you, calculate the mass of sodium carbonate used to prepare the standard solution in the volumetric flask. So they are asking you, how much sodium carbonate did you put in this container? Okay, they want how much is the big container of sodium carbonate, how much sodium carbonate is in here, but all the information is from the little container that you pipetted it out of. So you're going to have to do a calculation using the little container, because that's where you've got information from, and then work backwards to figure out how much was in the big container. So whenever we start these calculations, we always look for what we are given in the question. And if you have a look here, we are given information about the nitric acid. So we know that the volume of the nitric acid is 20 cubic centimeters, but we know we may not put that in a chemical formula for chemistry. It has to be 20 times 10 to the negative 3. We're dividing by 1,000 to convert cubic centimeters to cubic decimeters, which I do believe is 0.02 cubic decimeters. Okay, no cubic centimeters in these equations, only cubic decimeters, and there are 1,000 cubic centimeters in a cubic decimeter. So now my concentration of the nitric acid is 0.1 moles per cubic decimeter. Now concentration and volume are linked by the formula C equals N over V, because concentration is the number of moles per unit volume. But the first thing we always look for, what are we given? We're given information about nitric acid. We want to find the number of moles, which is given by little n. So if we arrange this formula, the number of moles of nitric acid will be the concentration times the volume, which is 0.1 times 0.002, which should give me 0.002 moles of nitric acid. So now the first thing, find the moles of what you are given. We have checked that off. The second thing is use your balanced equation. The balanced equation is king. So we have in the balanced equation 2 moles of nitric acid. We are looking at the coefficients to 1 mole of sodium carbonate. Yes, we are interested in the sodium carbonate. So if we had 0.002 moles of nitric acid in that little 20 cubic centimeters, we will have reacted it with 0.01 moles of sodium carbonate. I just used the 2-to-1 ratio. 2 to 1, I divided 0.02 by 2, and I got 0.01 moles of sodium carbonate. But this was 0.001 moles of sodium carbonate in only 25 cubic centimeters. Okay, so you've got two choices. You can say, if I had this many moles in 25 cubic centimeters, I will have 0,001 times 10 moles in 250 cubic centimeters, because 250 divided by 25 gives you 10 times the volume. Your other option is to say, okay, I have a volume of sodium carbonate, I have a moles of sodium carbonate, so I can say my concentration of sodium carbonate is my number of moles per unit volume. So my number of moles in the little 25 cubic centimeter sample was 0,001 over 25 times 10 to the negative 3. That's going to give me 0,025. And this gives me my concentration of 0,04. But because the two solutions had the same concentration, I can now find, if I say to you the concentration of the sodium carbonate is equal to the number of moles per unit volume, and I know the concentration is 0,04. In my initial container, I had 250 cubic centimeters, and if I do this, I will end up with exactly the same answer from this calculation. Okay, it's going to be 0,25 times 0,04. I will end up with 0,01 moles of sodium carbonate. So, but the problem is, it didn't ask me for the moles of sodium carbonate, it asked me for the mass of sodium carbonate. So to find the mass of sodium carbonate, I will need the molar mass of sodium carbonate from the periodic table. And so there are two sodiums, which is 23 plus 23. There's a carbon, which is 12. And there are 3 oxygens, which are 16 each. So this ends up at 106 grams per mole. And then I can use my final formula, which I haven't used. The number of moles of sodium carbonate is equal to the mass over the molar mass, which means the mass is equal to the number of moles times the molar mass. So this is 0,01 times 106. And if you put that in your calculator, you get 1,06 grams of sodium carbonate used to prepare the standard solution. So the big trick here is they took out only 1/10 of the solution, and that is what they titrated. So when you find the moles of sodium carbonate in the 25 cubic centimeters, you have to multiply it by 10 and then convert it to a mass to figure out what was in the bigger volumetric flask at the beginning.